Welcome, and today I'm going to go over how to create a bootable USB drive from an ISO file. This is really useful if you want to create, a Linux USB disk to, boot systems with, or if you want to use a USB drive to put a live version of your favorite distro on there so that you can have an operating system with you anywhere you go. And so the what I'm going to go over actually is the command DD and how to use that to create your bootable USB Linux drive. So first, the command is DD. We'll go man DD just to look really quick. There's two pages. We'll look at the first one. So it says convert and copy a file. There's a lot of different parameters in here. I'm not going to go over right now, but two that I'm going to go over are IF equals file and OF equals file. IF equals file, it says read from file instead of standard input. Now, so what you're going to do is you're going to write DD, then you're going to use this command IF equals, you're going to put your ISO file there. That's the file. I like to call it an input file, but that's not really correct. But it's going to read that file, and then OF right here, write to file instead of standard output. So it's going to read the file, and it's going to then write the file to the device that you tell it to. It's very simple. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my downloads folder where I have a OpenSUSE 13.2 net ISO. This is a very small ISO. I didn't want to go through doing the full DVD, but so we're going to use this, and I'm going to put this onto a USB so that I can use my USB to boot OpenSUSE on a machine. So you need to go as root, and I'm going to use a sudo -s permission. So now I'm in as the root user. You have to be the root user to use DD by default. So then you're going to do DD space IF equals, and then like we said, you're going to put the file that you want it to read, which is in this case the OpenSUSE 13.2 net file. Then we're going to do OF equals, and that is going to be the device that you want to write to. Now, what I actually didn't do is I didn't show you how to figure out what your USB is and device-wise on your Linux machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my USB, plug it in, and you may know already how to do this. There's more than one way to find out, but the way that I'm going to show you is using the dmessage command. This command will throw out output from the kernel, and when you insert your USB as a hot swappable drive, it's going to load, and the kernel's going to read it. And so right here you can see that it was picked up. Right here we can look up here, it says attach SCSI generic. This is the size of it, and right here this is the device. These are the partitions, so there's two partitions on there. We want to write right to the device, not the partitions, so you want to make sure you know what this is. So we have SDB. So I'm going to clear my screen, do a DD IF equals the file that you want it to read, which is the OpenSUSE file, output file, or the OF equals, which is the device that you want it to write to. We're going to do /dev SDB, and then I'm going to hit enter. Well, actually, I'm not going to hit enter. One command that I didn't show you, and this is helpful because of if your drive is, or your ISO file is big, you want to pass it the BS equals command. BS equals bytes, and it stands for bytes, and that's going to tell it to write at a certain, it's going to read and write at a certain speed. And so in this case, you're safe just to do 1 M, which is 1 megabyte. So it's going to read and write at 1 megabyte. And that will help it go through quicker than the standard, which I think might be 512 bytes. So it's a little bit quicker if you do it that way. This is a very tiny file, so this is going to go very quick, but if you have like a 4 gig file, which is standard for a lot of the full ISOs, it's going to take a little bit of time. I would say about between 3 to 5 minutes, depending on your USB speed. It could take 10 minutes, whatever the speed you have. So we'll press enter. This is going to go through. This should be very, very quick. And that is the basics for how you write an ISO file to a USB drive. And there you go. It wrote at 6 megabytes per second. That's the average speed. It took 13 seconds to do it, just over 13 seconds. And by the way, DD is also very useful if you want to wipe hard drives and things like that. So I hope you like this video, and I will be making more soon.